can see that Lopez was reading the thoughts of Espinosa and getting some good positions there as well. So a very good 90 minutes by Cristian Espinosa.
Beautifully weighted ball. Gutierrez scores. And it's a 2-1 Earthquakes lead.
I have to say it's a well-created goal, and that's a really good pass into the feet of Brian Gutierrez, who finished it well through the legs of JT Marcinkowski.
Never the Costa, but another chance. Those balls so close. You keep talking about it. The chance is so close for Cincinnati. Mueller, in the meantime, trying to break out in transition. Squares it across. Gutierrez is there. Celentano off his line, and Gutierrez doubles Chicago's lead. The Fire have stunned Cincinnati in the last few minutes.
As this ball comes across, you can see Roman Celentano just trying to close the space, but Brian Gutierrez stays calm.
Captain comes away with it, and playing Mason Toye into the channel. A long run for Chris Brady, and he's able to make it and clear it away in the direction of Brian Gutierrez. Falls for Gutierrez. Yordios Gutierrez cutting it back. Now it's Brian Gutierrez, and the Fire have an early lead. And it's the first goal this season for Gutierrez. He has waited 25 long match days for that one. What sort of production could you get out of Yordios Gutierrez? Could you get a goal for him? You don't need it in this situation. Watch the perseverance. Smartly done. Notice his head as he starts to stretch to the byline. Two things. One, it's a bad touch, so he gets himself into trouble, but then he also plays out of it because he recognizes the fact he's drawn a second defender with him. The poor touch, you actually get a second player coming back over to try and close that space right there. That little move. Corbo, as he drifts back across, loses the runner in behind, opens up the space, and smartly done by Gutierrez. Just sits idly right at the top of the six. If his run continues forward, the space isn't there. Instead, as clean as he's been,
so close to a goal themselves. This a test of their mettle. Dean, 3 to aim for. Oh! Brian Gutierrez picked out in the box. The cross, precise. The shot, equally accurate.
It comes on this right side, Jonathan Dean. He had one earlier, not the greatest ball. Give someone a chance, and he's giving him a chance right there. It's more than a chance. He's put it on a plate for Brian Gutierrez. Arriving on time, getting into the box. Good finish, good control with it.
Their identity and their style of play throughout a full preseason, and we're starting to see some of that throughout this first half.
Helped on for Gutierrez, his advantage given. Now drifting through the area. He'll go for goal, and he fires in the opening goal. Brian Gutierrez has his shooting boots on in 2024, and he's given the visitors the lead.
A bit of space to be able to cut inside. No one steps to him. Wiggles his way through pressure. We've seen this time and time again, and then says, thank you very much. I'll go myself. Shaqiri does such a good job of holding off Martinez to be able to buy the time for Gutierrez. And then what a strike that is. Just top corner. Says thank you. 1-0 Chicago Fire away from home, and really against the run of play.
just 7 minutes remaining. Gutierrez scores. Now then. Game on at Soldier Field.
Short run up. Quick jabs into the ground and then open.
Which fixture is going to go which way? So when you're trying to figure out ahead of the game, if you just look at the fixtures week in and week out, you'll never know.
Shaqiri looking for Guti. Brian Gutierrez over the top. Oh, it's in! It's in!
Does exactly what he was subbed in to do in this match, to get in on the end of good service from Shaqiri. But look at this. This is composure, this is ability, and this is athleticism as well. The full package. This kid is an absolute baller, and he does it in excellent fashion here. Gets in on the end of this service, is brave as well, I gotta add that. And then the finish here is absolutely perfect. Celebrates to the corner, and you can see what it means to the young.
Thought his player had just gotten past her on.
Cheaply given away again. Here's Gutierrez. Oh, wow! The local boy from down the way might just have scored the biggest goal of the season thus far for Chicago Fire.
Starting position in the middle of the pitch, and once again he wins the ball in the perfect spot, and he doesn't hesitate. He drives right at that back line. See the strike, just using the surface. It's excellent technique. Going off one post, then the next. Bit of luck on Chicago's side, but take nothing away from the strike. Gutierrez stepping up. No Shaqiri. Who's going to step up in his place?
Header from Killer, and it's a chance for Kuipers. Kuipers driving into the penalty area, cutting it back, and it is turned in.
Thought he was going to try to go it alone, but instead unselfish. And Gutierrez, the super sub. You wondered why he wasn't in the 11. Squad rotation.
A major opportunity for Chicago Fire to find a late equalising goal. It's Gutierrez! He smashed it! Chicago Fire grab it! And they take the tie and run for the hills! What a moment!
After a long Leagues Cup layoff, Chicago came out in this match asleep, but the way they fought back, and who they've relied on to find the difference, Brian Gutierrez, the 21-year-old homegrown
of the team, and we've already seen so far, every time Bamba gets on the ball, he's got one thing on his mind, and that is to go forward, is to drive at the opposition on every occasion, whether it be coming to get the ball short or like this one, stretching the game.
It's a terrific ball by Gutman, and here comes Bamba on cue into the attack once again. Bamba, top of the box, here's Gutierrez, keys up a shot, go! Brian Gutierrez from long range, and the Chicago Fire burning early in Ohio. It's a 1-0 game.
They've said, yes, we can play from the back, we can be possession-based, but you know what? When we win the ball, we can give great credit to Gutman, because he sees the run from Bamba in behind Moreira, and all of a sudden Bamba finds himself in so much space, time and space on the ball, and what he does, he plays a wonderful ball to Gutierrez, who puts the ball into the back of the net, but give great credit to Zinkernagel, because when you see Zinkernagel, he runs away from the ball, that gives Gutierrez time and space to steady himself on the edge of the area, and what a start this has been for Chicago. Really positive, whether it be possession-based or, as we've just seen in this situation that led to the goal, playing on the counter-attack.
All three of your attacking midfielders in some way back. Under pressure again, Brady by Russell Rowe. Fire get it out to the middle of the park, settled here by Gutierrez, and on the move, the Fire again. Bamba, very involved here in the opening 20-plus minutes, plays ahead. Good goal by Chicago again. Oh, beautifully constructed. And it's Gutierrez a second time. What an answer for the Fire. It's 2-1.
It's Bamba that assists for Gutierrez. What a wonderful goal. What a response from Chicago. And that will tell you that...
Facing Celentano, who has faced 18 penalties. He's conceded 15 out of those 18 to try to put Chicago back into this match. It's Gutierrez. This time he goes the opposite way, and he puts it into the back of the net. And Chicago have a lifeline here with 5 minutes to play.
There's some frustration on the back end of this that maybe from Celentano was given some inappropriate info by Nick Haglin.
Swinging ball, cleared away towards the cusp. Gutierrez, goal!
Get a good look at it here. Really drops off here, and then it just be whether it's Bamba. Yes, there's a number of players.
And now, Gutierrez with the chance. Gutierrez with the goal. It's 4 for Chicago.
Really opened the doors and been flying forward, and Brian Gutierrez has been all over.
Now on the move. Shook a look, added time, 2 minutes. Presented by Audi. Here's Brian Gutierrez. The extra point is good.
Everything about this tells you want to go and score in your debut. But Gutierrez pulls off to give good spacing, good distance, and then a solid first touch sets him up for success.
You can see the sort of hand battle going on there. Look at him on the inside here, and he's drifted to the left.
Peels it back. Gutierrez! Two in rapid succession for the home side. And this time, Guti's in on the act.
Well, Greg Berhalter wanted to come out with a mentality. He wanted to come out with an intensity. And look at this movement from Zinkernagel, just finding a little pocket, chests it down to Gutierrez, who plays it back in his face, and he's picking his head up the whole time to find Gutierrez. 3-4 blue jerseys standing right around, and nobody gets to Gutierrez. He slots it home one time. Deflection on the way through.
That's Andrew Privet, who was trying to block the shot and end up actually squirting through his legs and beating Christian Kalina, who was already getting down to his left.
It's been a tough go of it on the road. As this comes in fields, Zinkernagel trying to get space for a shot, lays it off for Brian Gutierrez! But also the understanding from Brian Gutierrez here. As this ball circulates back, notice his first touch right here. Sets him up for success, allowing him just to step into it and generate enough power to bend it low and hard around this back line of St. Louis City. When Roman Burke sees it, it's too late. Slotted to perfection. Big-time players standing up in big-time moments to give Chicago Fire the lead.
A shootout it has been between these two sides. And is there an 8th goal in store? Gutierrez from distance. Oh, what a finish! And if that's how the Chicago Fire get back to the postseason, so be it. Brian Gutierrez with an absolute golazo. My goodness!
It's on the pitch. Game time. Highlights the loss. He draws two. Nobody steps to the ball. He picks out his spotter star. Doesn't stand a chance. Look at him strike it. It is knuckling to that back corner. What a goal, young man.
An absolute missile with only one destination. Patience will play its part in this one. To wait and feed down the line. Angled ball played in. It falls to Gutierrez! In front of Section H. A goal 8 years in the making for Chicago Fire.
But how smooth is this first touch? Middle of your screen, just stays out of it. And then just the calmness from Zinkernagel to find the wide areas, allow for that first time ball to come across, and then Gutierrez just finding that little bit of space. No one tracks him, but that first touch is just magnificent. Takes it down, cushions it, and then the second touch in the back of the net to put Chicago Fire at home up 1-0.
And of course it comes from the boy from down the way.